Now, the Napleton Sports Desk with David Greenberg.
Well, usually when you wake up the Monday after your team wins a one-point game in the final seconds, it's supposed to be the start to a great week. But I can't say that's the case for the Bears. In fact, yesterday's win over the Seahawks raised even more questions about this front office. My biggest takeaway was, why did the Bears sign Andy Dalton this offseason? If anything, and it was made perfectly clear yesterday, Nick Foles is completely capable of starting at quarterback in the NFL. He may not be the guy to lead a Super Bowl contending team, but let's be real. The Bears were never that team going into the season. What was the point of signing Dalton to a one-year, $10 million deal, naming him the starter from the moment he put pen to paper when you had a quarterback with at least as high a ceiling, if not higher, in Foles? But that's not where the incompetence ends. After signing Dalton and already paying Nick Foles, you go out and draft another quarterback? It just doesn't make sense. So here's what I think they should do going into this offseason. First and foremost, you've got to fire Matt Nagy and Ryan Pace. I feel for Nagy because he's ultimately the one thrown under the bus for the disaster that is this Bears organization. But as head coach, sometimes that's the pill you have to swallow. As for Ryan Pace, if he's back next year, it'll be year number 8 with the Bears. In that time, he's sold off a ton of future draft capital, put the team in a terrible cap situation, and gone 47-64 with not a single playoff win to show for. The next thing you have to do is move Ted Phillips to a new project. The McCaskies are all about loyalty, so they'll never fire him, but if they're smart, they'll take him away from any football operations. The next step is obviously to hire a person to replace Phillips and then let that person find the replacements for Matt Nagy and Ryan Pace. As for if the Bears will fire Nagy before seasons end, my answer to that would be in the team's 101-year history, they have never fired a coach mid-season, and if they haven't done it yet, I don't think they'll start now. Tune back in at 6, I'll tell you why they could be getting a head start on finding his replacement. That's my take. We'll be right back.